After moving back to Dubai a few months ago, I thought I would buy myself a new bike. And I've looked around so much, I've ridden so many bikes, and nothing really hit the spot more than a raw classic bike. And obviously I was on a budget as well, so my choices were a bit limited. I've looked into many brands, many kind of engines, many displacements, many configurations, anything you want to think of. But at the same time, nothing caught my eye more than the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. I mean, this bike is built at a cost, which makes it more of a wide canvas, so you can really tinker with it. You can make it your own, and you can upgrade so many things on the bike, which is very interesting. I myself, personally, I come from a background where I used to always ride what they call street fighters or hyper naked bikes, or whatever you want to call it. And whenever I ride a bike, basically, I always look for this abrupt response in the throttle. I look for good braking, I look for good suspension. And I knew for a fact that the Interceptor 650 would not make the cut. But since it's so tunable, it's so upgradable, there were going to be parts for it so it could make it better. And way more fun as a daily commuter, or way more fun as a Sunday warrior when I take it on the long runs. So I went on Facebook Marketplace and I looked for like the cheapest Royal Enfield Interceptor 650 that I can buy. And I found one, and it had only 19,000 kilometers on the clock. And it was really cool actually, it had a really nice red color to it. I was like, okay, let me buy that one. I just called the guy, I was like, hey, where are you? He's like, I'm in Ajman. I was like, okay, cool. Can you come to Dubai tomorrow morning? Let's get it done. So, registered the bike under my name. I never expected Dubai to be such a nice city to ride a bike. Like, it's interesting. It's only highways, I know, but at the same time, you would notice the shift of winds, the shift of temperatures, depending on the areas, on how many buildings there are around. The bike felt very weak. It felt very lean, where when you would open the throttle, all you would hear is just the loudest noise ever. And then you would close the throttle and all the pops and bangs came in. After that, I thought I would tackle suspension. The suspension was really in bad condition. It was really badly built as well. So I went to ISS to buy the front fork rebuild kit and a couple of shocks in the back. And I'm here today actually to share with you my first-hand experience with the suspension as a guy who weighs almost 105 kilograms and rolls over 100 kilometers an hour the whole time on the bike. So the back suspension changed the whole character of the bike. It made it feel more planted, more stable at high speeds, and way better in the corners. And I was really happy because it gave me a bit of room to actually add a bit more height to the tail of the bike. Also made it a bit more stiff so it doesn't really wobble the whole time when you're going at 110, 120 kilometers per hour. The front suspension, it basically did the same thing. But what happened is that there was no more high-speed wobbles where you would feel like you were going to high-side the bike at any moment. If I was going 110, it felt like I was going 110. It felt like the front tire is attached to the bike. Before the upgrade, it felt like the front tire was someone else's front tire, it wasn't mine. And now, after these two upgrades, the bike was handling corners so beautifully, honestly, to a point where I just thought I would postpone the tire upgrades. And I would stick to skinny tires for now. That felt good. After the suspension was done, I thought, okay, let's tackle fueling, since fueling didn't really feel well, or seem well to me at least. I added the BMC air filter, and I added this bracket that holds it into place from MK Design in India. That added way more airflow to the bike, and it felt way less choked, which felt really good actually. It gave the ECU a bit more room to tune the bike and reduced a lot of the pops and bangs. After that, added the iridium spark plugs from NGK. These were honestly the closest thing I could get to an ECU tune, since it wasn't tuning, but at the same time, the spark plugs kind of made sure that you were burning the most fuel. Jumping to the next stage, I installed the FuelX Pro Plus, and this really did iron out the torque curve. It made it way smoother, and it gave me way more room to play actually with my throttle response, with the fueling to the bike and everything. And now at least I know I have a mode that I can use when I'm riding and doing like night runs on the highway. I use maybe mode 7 or 8. When I'm dating the bike, I stick to mode 6 or 5, depending on the weather. I would highly recommend these things for people that have the bike, the Continental GT 650 or the Interceptor 650, and actually want to push it forward and make it better. Because The streets here actually push bikes to the limits if you're going 120 the whole time for like 40 minutes straight. And out of experience, I can tell you from a consumer point of view that these upgrades really transformed the bike and made it feel way more premium on the streets. And here ends this season's upgrades, since at least we ride in seasons here in Dubai. What about you? Which bike do you ride? Are you planning on buying an Interceptor 650? And what would you like to see me install next on the bike? I have a list actually for some things to add next year. Maybe new headers, bigger tires, bigger brakes, better brakes. And don't forget to like, share, maybe with your friends, comment and subscribe to the page. And hopefully we'll see you around. Cheers.